Se dice que el se usa de muchas formas. Se lo nota reflexivo, se lo ve pronominal, se le atribuyen usos impersonales. El se estudia porque se presenta en diferentes escenarios y se considera esencial en la gramática del español. Linguists have done a really good job categorizing everything that we say so we can have rules and we can speak properly. But I personally think that with the se, we've gone too far. Hay 7 tipos de se. 7. There are 7 types of se. Para alguien aprendiendo español, eso es muchísimo. For someone learning Spanish, this is a lot. It's taking me a really long time to prepare my explanation for se, because what I did is I've consolidated these 7 usages into only 2 categories or 2 jobs that this se does. I want to make a quick note here. I make videos in English because I believe that it's really important to understand deep concepts of grammar without having the extra challenge of having to understand what I'm saying. Because the sooner you understand the behavior of the language, what the language does, the sooner you will start catching everything and using it. So if you want to hear me speaking Spanish more, you can subscribe to my newsletter where apart from sending a newsletter, I send it in the form of podcast so you can have just input and practice, okay? But the goal of this is that you understand what's behind the usages of se. So in this video, I will explain what the job of se is, why se exists, what does it do, what is its purpose in this world of Spanish. Se has 2 jobs, actually. So I'm going to explain these 2 jobs that se does, and I'm going to show you a lot of examples for each job, for each usage of se. So when we learn grammar, one thing which is important is to learn the whole theory behind it, the existence, the purpose of this particular structure, like se in this case. At the same time that you're learning the whole theory behind it, you have to be listening to people speak Spanish and you need to find this se, pay attention, and every time that you hear the se, try to learn it as a compound with whatever comes after and mimic it. So if, for example, you want to use an app to practice, like for example FluentU, who are kindly sponsoring this video and also gave me a discount link for you guys, here's what I'll do. I go into FluentU and I just type se into the search bar. You instantly get real live examples and they are categorized by the se's job, as you can see here.
Las gafas se usan para mejorar la vista.
Interviews, movie clips, music videos, all with interactive subtitles. So you can click on the subtitle and you get the meaning of the word. For example, this one.
Se puede llegar en avión desde Santiago de Chile.
Se puede llegar en avión. You can get there by plane, or one can get there by plane.
Para llegar se puede tomar un vuelo desde Sao Paulo.
Then I can save it. And FluentU lets me practice in context with their review method. You can install their Chrome extension to learn while you watch Netflix or YouTube with subtitles. And then you can go down a rabbit hole, click on se every time you see it, and it will take you to see dozens of different contexts, all from native speakers. The more variety you see, the better. And you can use FluentU on web, iOS, Android, so you're always learning on the go. You can use the discount link that is in the description so you can check it out for yourself. The 2 jobs that I say that se has are one, the general se, and the other one, the affected or the experiencer se. I'll break them down now. Let's start with the general. I say it's general because it has a general subject, meaning that we don't really know who the subject is, we don't know who's doing the action. It's everyone, it's la gente, it's the people. And you can substitute this with a subject, okay? Let's see the examples. Se dice que en Nueva York se trabaja mucho. Se dice, we have 2 here, se dice and se trabaja. Here I said it is said because that's what you would say in English. But this is a passive sentence, which we also have in Spanish. So we would say one says, or people say that in New York, people, se trabaja mucho, people, everyone, whoever, work a lot. Okay? Se dice, se trabaja. not me. I don't say it. It's just everyone. Okay, it's general subject. Next one. Se supone que mañana lloverá. It is supposed, or people suppose, that tomorrow will rain. Okay, so I don't suppose it, and you don't suppose it. It's in general. Se supone. Se supone que mañana lloverá. It is supposed that tomorrow will rain. Okay, one supposes so. People say that, but not me. Okay. Aquí antes se vivía bien, pero ha cambiado. So, se vivía bien. Before here, one lived well, or people lived well. You can change it again for any other subject. Like, Nuria lived well here, but it's more general, not just one person. Aquí antes se vivía bien, pero ha cambiado. But it has changed. Aquí antes la gente vivía bien. People lived well here. Se habla español. This is a common one. There's sometimes this like sign that says se habla español. And it's in general, everyone, people here, we, the ones that are here, we speak Spanish. That's what you would say in English probably. We speak Spanish. But it's like people, everyone speaks Spanish in general. Spanish is spoken here. But again, this is a passive. And a passive for us would be español es hablado, which we don't use much. So instead of the passive that in English you would use, we use this one. Se habla español. No se puede comer. It cannot be eaten, but again, this is like a passive, so it would be like one cannot eat that. People cannot eat that. If you see like a fake fruit or something and it says no se come, you know, it's like, it's not, like people cannot eat that. Okay, we don't eat it, so don't eat it. Okay, let's see the second one. This is the sufferer or the experiencer or the affected job that the se has. So here, it's the subject who suffers or is affected or experiences the action of the verb. You could say itself. Let's see examples of this so it's more clear. La ventana se cerró. Okay, so la ventana, the window, is the subject. Se cerró, closed itself. So la ventana, the window, it's the one affected by the action. Okay, we don't know who closed it. It could have been the window itself that closed, you know, or the wind or something that closed it. But the key thing to remember here is that the window is affected by it. Okay? It experienced the closing. Esta casa se vende. This house sells itself. So the subject, esta casa, the house, this house, is affected by the selling. Now here, in this sentence, we start adding people. And when we add people, the idea changes a little bit. So in this sentence, we have Juan se rompió el brazo. What we're saying here is that Juan broke the arm to himself. Okay? Because if I said Juan rompió el brazo de Ana, you know, I wouldn't say se. Because we're saying se because it's like he broke the arm to himself. So here, this himself can be also myself. If I broke my arm, I wouldn't say se, but I would say me. So yo me rompí el brazo, meaning I broke the arm to myself. Because by the way, we don't say mi brazo, rompí mi brazo, because it's obvious for some reason that we broke our arm, not someone else's. And so we never say me for like body parts and all that. We just say el brazo, la cabeza, and so on. So in this case, the se is not just the se alone. This, when people are involved and where people are affected, it changes according to whoever is affected. We'll see more examples of this now. Se me cierran los ojos. This is like a level 2, again, because people are involved, and it's when the action of the verb affects the subject, but also it's done to someone. Okay? Bear with me. Se me cierran los ojos. The eyes close themselves to me. I'm the person affected by the eyes closing, okay? That's why I say me here. So se me cierran los ojos. It's me who is affected by the eyes closing themselves, okay? Se te rompió el vaso. Oh, the glass broke itself to you. So you didn't break the glass, you didn't break the cup, don't worry. It's the glass that broke itself, affecting the glass because it broke, but the action, all this, it's done to you. Se te rompió el brazo. You are the victim here, not the glass, okay? Se te rompió el vaso. Se me rompió o se me cayó. It fell off my hands, you know? I didn't drop it. Se me cayó. Se le escapó el perro. The dog escaped himself, okay? So the affected subject here, the dog, is affected because he escaped and now he's affected, but he did it to you or to her in this case, or to him. Se le escapó. So this action happened to the dog because he escaped himself, let's say, but to you, you know, you are again, or he or she are the victims in this situation. Now here you might have heard the reflexive verbs. This is just the same. These are just verbs that usually one does to themselves, okay? Like ducharse, se ducha, he showers himself. But if it's me that I shower, me ducho. This is like Juan se rompió el brazo, yo me rompí el brazo. So it's still an experiential role because the shower affects me, you know. I am the one showering myself, but the se, it's only for the third person. In this case, he showers himself, and the third person plural as well. Se lavan las manos. The people who are affected by washing the hands is themselves. They are the ones washing, and they are the ones washed. Okay? I hope this is not getting too weird. Okay, and then we have something called verbos pronominales or pronominal verbs. I don't know how I would say it in English, which are verbs that always need a se or a me if it's yo. For example, se queja. He complains. That's not, I mean, we can say that he's the one, you know, being affected by the complaint because he's complaining. And, you know, when you complain, you're like affected by it. So, se queja, me quejo, yo me quejo. The verb actually is quejarse, the infinitive form. And then we have se arrepiente or arrepentirse, which means to regret something. Me arrepiento, I regret it. So this se here, it just refers that he regrets himself. But again, I regret to myself. I am the victim here of regretting something and complaining. I hope this has been clear and that the usage of se is a bit more clear to you now. You can just, again, be on the lookout for it. And every time that you hear one, think, is the se here just indicating that we don't care about the subject or that we don't know or that is general? Or is the se here indicating who is being affected by the action? Okay? So these are the two main things that the se does. Everything else is the se acting as a substitute of something else. So this is it for today. If you've enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you liked it. If you want more of these videos or you want to be notified when I post more videos, click the bell button. And you can also subscribe to my newsletter to keep up to date on what I'm up to.